God's child.
There. Why am I way down there? Oh my god. There I am. Alright, what's going on, everyone? It's the Black Metal Power Hour. That's always over an hour. Oh well. Who's holding us to rules? We don't need no stinking rules. So yeah. Today was Joaba's birthday, Mr. Francisco, man, that was fucking awesome. Another successful trip around the sun. Good for a friend, a man. I made a little playlist show for him, work jams. He got his hard hat on, safety first, as Nacho said earlier. If you want to jam that out, go for it. It was pretty fun, pretty good playlist. I thought I made it. I made it just for him, just for him. And then on Friday night, the return of the Tandy Man, Jeff and me, and we're going to be talking about new releases. That'll be Friday night at 9 p.m. Central. Since we're lamos and we're not going to be able to go to Hell's Heroes, we are going to do a show for all the lamos who didn't get to go, including me. So, fuck yeah. That should be a good time. We'll have some new stuff to talk about for everyone. And we'll just gossip about all the people who are at Hell's Heroes. All right, who we got in there? Zach. Hey, Paul. I didn't mean to... I totally forgot you guys were streaming tonight when I set this up. I hope I didn't rush anyone. God damn son of a bitch. All right, Megan the Stallion. That is a nice Marduk shirt you had, dude. Oh, shit. T-Bone. What's up, Joe? You the badass motherfucker. You're from Australia. King, aren't you out at... Oh, no, that's tomorrow, right? Pre-shows and all that. I get all confused. You won't be going either. Yeah, I know. It sucks. Yeah, Jeff, well, he's been busy, so... All right, cool. I didn't know if I did or didn't. I didn't want to. Good to hear. Hope the CD release is doing well, dude. That's fucking great. It's always killer to see your friends get material out, new CDs, whatever, albums. You can't hear shit. Oh, what? Can you? No, you all can hear me. I guess you're. Are you in a restaurant? Are you having a birthday dinner, sir? Chaos Goat. Oh, I got a new icon. Costco. Power Hour. Power Hour. Well, that's good. Everybody wish Francisco a happy birthday. I'll highlight them as we go through them. Hey, JD, check your things. If you're not doing anything, you can hang out. If not, no biggie. Megan made it. Oh, look at that. Bad fucking ass. Congrats. Hey, are you going to Hell's Heroes to, this weekend, Johnny? You and Ruben? I thought I was going to a nice restaurant tonight. Getting cleaned up, just cooked in the sauna. Oh, the sauna. Castle De La Rosa down there with the sauna and shit. Fuck yeah. Oh, and next week? Oh, so you're going to be there, Jake. Fuck yeah. I thought you said you weren't going, but maybe I heard you wrong. Congrats. Cool. Jake's going to be on the show. Dude, that's where I fucking ended up at Taco Bell. Because for some reason, the restaurants just looked fucking kind of busy tonight. I was like, what the fuck? And we wanted to get back and watch I want to watch the Spurs, as I am, and they're winning, beating the Knicks. Fuck that, New York. Sorry, my New York friends, but I got to take the wins now when I get on with the Spurs. So we just went to Taco Bell. And dude, what is this shit now? No one came to the counter. You have to order from the little, computers now. Like, what if you're paying cash? I was like, what the fuck is this? It was like, over there in Chavano. I was like, what the fuck? No, and they were just looking at us like no one told us, like, hey, nah, you got to use the little, computer there. I finally said, well, do we use this? And they just shake their head, yes, because they got a bunch of brain surgeons working in there. Oh, look at you. 3 days, Fraser. You better get them Crocs ready. Get them things ready. He cooked in the sauna. Do 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 do. I like that fucking avatar. That's cool. Good job, Megan. Some sausages. Sausage. I couldn't even say sausage and foil racks. T-Bomb. Good choices. Add Absu to that. Hearing that whole Son of Tepperet album is gonna roll. McDonald's style. Yeah, sadistic intent. I really want to see S.A. Slayer. They better play a fucking Santa. Why am I listening? Good God. They better play a San Antonio show, dude. That's gonna piss off a bunch of people if they don't eventually. You probably missed the show today. Yeah, I mean, you're not wearing your Crocs? What are you gonna wear? You gotta be comfy, Bo. You gonna wear your Doc Martens? You ready to whoop some ass? Crocs and socks. Dude, at Taco Bell, I have a fucking rage out over the fucking food. Yeah, dude, all this computer. Man, no one can take an order. Come on. All right. That's fair enough. All right, let's get back into some jams here. What do we got? Let's see. Who's next? Yeah. Do you think Sadistic Intent is playing anything from their upcoming full length album? Nope. Nope, they won't. Because remember, they already said they don't play song new stuff live because people try to steal it. So probably not T-Bone. So you ain't got to worry about that. Post metal is metal that comes in the mail. That was, you asked, I answered. Hey man, did y'all hear about the beef? There's a YouTube beef going on. Oh my god. Someone's beefing with the dog. Can you believe this shit? They're beefing with our boy, the dog. We're gonna have to dive into this more, man. There's a YouTube beef calling the dog racist and sexist. I don't know, man. He posted it earlier. I already forgot. I'm sure someone in the chat knows. What was the channel? Pussyfoot? You watched the video? Yeah. Someone coming out for the dog. I don't know, man. They probably bit off more than they can chew. Talking about the dog. 40 minutes. You know, it's come to that. J Dog is the one of the big metal YouTube celebrities, so he's content. His own show's content now. How about that? Yeah, you mentioned my name too, Fraser. Am I gonna get a cookie now? Do I get a cookie? Oh, Fraser. Metal YouTube's Hill. Fraser, the gatekeeper, gonna have a video about you coming out soon. Yep. Better be on the lookout. Better be on the lookout, Fraser. The gatekeeper's coming after you. He wants to talk about you and your CD collection. Uh-oh. Yeah, the dog's cool, man. I know we bust on his chops, but he's a fucking good guy. Fraser versus the gatekeeper. That'll be the next big YouTube beef. It'll have like 100 views tops. Yow! Maybe we'll have each other, we'll debate each other. That'll be a good one. Oh, well, I mean, Fraser and the gatekeeper. Woohoo! Wouldn't that be a scene? All right. No. That's what I want to tell you, Fraser. Fraser, you need to get on over to Skechers and try some of them slip-in sneakers, bro. I'm sold. You don't have to tie the laces there. You just slip your damn foot in them, slip them in and out. You ain't got to fucking reach down and pull them off, dude. It is fucking the best. It's the best. Get up over to the Skechers and get yourself some slip-in sneakers. You'll be sold, I bet, dude. Get on over there before you go on out to the Hell's Heroes tomorrow. You'll thank me later. And they feel just like sneakers, too. They're really comfortable. Yeah, I saw that part. I hope your kid's okay, dude. I agree with J Dog when he says, I don't know how you all can watch these videos. Haha, but I click every now and again, especially for a good interview. I don't know how I can go live, but I do. I got some shoes I'll wear at work. Okay. Oh, you already have some? You have some shirts you slide in. Well, I think we all do that, bud. Are they the slide-in Skechers, Fraser? The slip-in is what they call them. Slip-in, not the slide-in. That sounds sexual. Of a sexual nature. Of a sexual nature, Fraser. I want to say slip-ins. Slide it in right to the top. Did anyone have Damned in Black album? Yeah, I got the CD. Slip it in. Fucking Sherry, that got her attention. Remember that? Some White Snake Fraser? Slide it in right to the top. I saw that tour. All right. You don't got to go through all that trouble, but. Debone. I agree with J Dog saying Watain is the man. You got a hate boner for Watain. I've known the dude since 97, 98. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they got big and they made a couple of clunker songs, but for the most part, smokes most of the shit. I'm still gonna back them. It's always been cool with me. I ain't got no reason to hate. Even got me on some killer fucking shows with Watain too. Nah, what I mean. Fuck that. Where's your DPs to bed? Combat boots. Hate boners. All right, let's get back to some jams here, man. This is fun. Damn it, I got to get my wife some beer. Well, I mean, could be worse. You may not, at least you can jam out. What's up with that fucking Cummins, Ram, Dooley, and all that shit? Sherry screams. Yeah, Sherry fucking rules. Laugh my ass off. Damn it, all Scandinavian bands currently, but some recent bestial wormhole bands that have been reivindicating, thank you, tongue twisting words to genre. Like this band. Okay, jam time. What's next? Uh-oh. Oh, there you go. Some witchcraft from Finland. More finished up for Costco. Say his name and he shall appear. Authority. Can I talk tonight? Authoritarianism sucks balls. Yeah, well, we're about to be under that, it seems. Better have some people who can oppose and just let anybody do what the fuck they want. All right, let's see here. This is important stuff, apparently. So let me get this over here real quick. This is straight from our buddy Frazier. There's his slip-in Skechers, if you wanted to know what they looked like. Hey, JD, did you want to know what Frazier's Skechers looked like? There they are. You're on. He sent me a picture. I was like, okay. I guess he wanted to prove he had them, so there you go. Frazier has them.
Is my voice echoing?
Not on my end, but let me remove this. Probably gone now.
Is it like crazy?
No, it's probably because I was sharing the screen.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Chat, you sound good?
Yeah? Okay, cool. Because I'm messing with some software that I don't normally mess with, and I'm getting used to it still.
Right on.
This lightning shit right here, this whole software is pretty, like, advanced. A little too advanced for me. I'm an audio guy. I'm not a video guy, so I'm working at it.
Says you're kind of quiet?
Kind of quiet? I mean, that's possible. I don't know.
Sounds good to me on my end, though.
Yeah.
But I'm not hearing it. I heard Nickerwolf in the distance. Ow.
Boy. How about now? Maybe
how's he sound now, chat? Yeah, I can hear you louder now.
Okay, cool.
Definitely turned up. So how you been?
Been a busy bumblebee, my friend. Been busy, man.
I saw your post about slowing down a little.
Yeah, man, that's the thing, dude. Being ambitious is important in life, you know? You got to have some kind of, aspirations, goals, etc., etc.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
I mean, it gets to a point where it's like fucking, I feel like a goddamn circus clown juggling too many things, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Slow down, man.
Sometimes you got to take a step back before you can take a step forward.
That's what they say. So I'm working on a couple bands right now in the studio, which is actually, dude, I love. See, here's the thing. There's two motivations for like putting on the brakes in life. And I mean, to put it in a nutshell, it's either a positive reason or a negative reason. Me, it's not a negative reason. I love doing what I do. I'm not like, fuck, man, I'm done with this. Fuck that. I'm not crying. I'm enjoying life, but it's like that whole pacing thing. You know what I mean? I got to pace myself. So,
yeah,
that's what's up right now.
You don't want to pile up, then you get burned out because you're overloaded. Yeah,
exactly. So right now I'm working on a electric. Well, I don't know what you call it, like a dark slutty synth wave, kind of a sleazy blend of Sisters of Mercy with a little bit of I don't know. It's hard for me to. I'm not a true blood, but I do dig some of the music, and these guys are in here and they're working on it. And then there's another band from Houston that is emailing me tracks to master. And once I get those two out of the way, burp with the world, and I'm just gonna take care of like my projects, my shit, my life, and stop feeling the pressures of the world. Like, hey Joe, hey Joe, hey Joe, hey Joe. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's okay, it's good, it's fun,
Cool.
And then I'll get bored, and then I'll start doing it all over again.
Yes, that's usually how that goes. Yep.
Yeah.
Are you doing the Hell's Heroes this weekend?
Nah, man, I'm pretending like it though. This last year's. Hey, listen, there's SA Slayer, Raven, and one other band, Upsu. Maybe one other band. Like, that's it for me. That's like really. Oh, Spider, interesting. I'd like to see them live,
Yeah, they're a good live band.
Yeah, but that's it, dude. This year, dude,
No, that was stacked.
This is a dream show right here, dude. I mean,
Okay,
I don't know.
fine.
Can y'all see the lineup?
No, you have to get closer. Nope. Come over more. Move your hair.
Oh
Your
shit.
hair's in the way. All right. Trypticon possessed. Keep going up. I can't read. Well, you know what I can do? I can put you solo, and that would make sense.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Just say it.
Trypticon, Sodom, dude. Come on, man. Sodom alone is like, goddamn. That's well worth it right there. Autopsy.
That's right. We live streamed you guys being there. You were, yes, I remember now.
Sorry, man. It's gonna be hard to top.
Yeah, and Celtic Frost. So that was
Yeah.
like, well, Trypticon was basically Celtic Frost. Celtic Frost. I'm going to say Celtic, damn it. They basically, because all they played was Celtic Frost, right? Yeah, that's fucking badass.
It was the set. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Now this time I'm having FOMO for Absu because that's probably one of my favorite Absus. Son.
What did you say? FOMO?
FOMO, fear
What's
of
that
missing
mean?
out, fear of missing out. Yeah,
Gotcha.
FOMO. So, and of course, I want to see the SA Slayer reunion because we all know how much I love SA Slayer. But I mean, I did see them back in the day at the top, so I mean, it's not like.
It's not like, yeah, I feel the same way about some bands. It's like, man, I saw them 20 years ago, which just sounds shitty and old and like, you're an old head, even though I'm not. But still, it is what it is.
Whatever. I don't
what
know. Triumph of Death and Celtic Frost was the year before, not last year.
Okay. Well, then I guess this is what was last year. Then what am I thinking of? Am I missing two? Am I mixing up 2 years? Because I've gone
Could
twice.
be.
I've gone twice. Sodom was fucking stupid great.
The last album, Absu album, holy shit, man. Last year was Sodom. Yeah, well, someone went to Celtic Frost that I know.
Yeah,
Francisco.
I went to that one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to that one. But even more mamalon than that show was January 18th. It's kind of like a damn echo in the hallway. January 18th. January 18th. But, yeah. January 18th. But the new January 18th is going to be June. What is it? June what?
June 7th? Are you
7th?
talking about the show here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's June 7th, I believe. It's in San Antonio.
Viewers come room on JD's shows and making fun of them. Are you drunk?
Viewers come room. That sounds weird. I think those are in the old Triple X houses, and JD's shows making fun of them. There we go. She done.
JD's shoes and making fun of them. Oh, cool! You can see my shoes. Where?
I think she came in late. Those were Fraser's shoes.
Yeah, those are Fraser's shoes.
Those were his Crocs. Yeah. What's up, Doobie Ruby? Doobie Ruby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's good. Well, what's the good word on Hexea? What's?
So May is like this April May is this thing that keeps getting thrown at me. It's kind of a trip because like the way the communication we got for the ETD is very different than the communication that we're getting for Hexea. Because it's how do you say this? I think there's two different people involved. So I could be wrong completely, but Chase is the one who's there's like three brothers, right? And the brother that you don't see, not J Dog, is the one who's working with us.
Chase,
the other brother, yeah. And makes more sense because I initially didn't expect someone like J Dog to be like, oh, Xavier, cool. He's more, he talks about it. He's very, deicide count, the shit that for me, the shit I grew up with too, right? The cannibal.
Yeah, he has a certain style that he digs. Yeah, for sure.
And so I was really like, really, dude? But then I think about all the killer evil music that's on the label, and I'm like, well, who's the evil
guy
motherfucker?
behind it? Yeah,
it's not J Dog. And I found out a long time ago. It's Chase. Okay, cool, right? So, and it's kind of I don't know. It's like we reach out to them, and I don't know if they're just fucking busy right now. But they're all they said was, April, May, something like that, right? And Noelia, obviously, she's the captain of that ship. So I'm like
Mhm.
second in command. And I really enjoy that. FYI, I love not being the.
Like you don't have to be the person.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it indirectly and directly enough to where I'm so happy that she's the one doing it. And she's also her aesthetic, her choice of aesthetic is way better than mine, and she doesn't say dumbass shit like I do all the time.
She's not a
So I'm
man.
like,
That's the thing.
that's part of it,
No matter how badass or like serious we can be, we can still be like the ultimate knuckleheads. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Despite all the estrogen, her music has a lot of balls. I'll tell you
Oh
that.
well,
Heavy
yeah. I wasn't even
riffs.
going down that road, but like
Nah, but I did.
seriously, like sometimes like when women like if they're deep dive into whatever passion they have is like a serious fucking thing. That's
Yeah,
been my experience with
yeah, yeah,
fucking wow.
yeah.
I wouldn't
That's
want to make her mad.
no, no, you don't.
No.
What is
Happy
that? That
birthday. Talk to you later. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
uh, hell no, wrath like a woman's fury. I don't know. Hell no, with no fury like a woman's wrath. You get my
Yeah.
point.
Hell have no fury like a woman scorn. There
Oh,
you go.
there you go. What are we
Yeah,
talking about?
being a woman has been the best thing for it. I'm glad for you, T-Bone. I'm
Oh, is
glad.
that what's up? Oh, good for
Yeah,
you.
T-Bone's he's actually a female.
Ah,
Yeah.
Thibonnet.
Yeah, V-Bone. Dun 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 dun. So, yeah, well, that's. I mean, at least you're getting a like a time frame. But yeah, like
Oh, but what I was gonna say is they did. Sorry, I'm still kind of cooked from the session I had right now.
she-bone.
They She-Bone. Oh, that one's gonna stick
Yeah,
for a minute.
he put himself in that
Yeah,
T-Bone.
that
Yeah.
one. She-Bone. I like that. What was I gonna say? But they released that one video, and that's it.
Well, I mean, that's kind of label things ain't what it used to be. That's what I learned.
I'm not
Before.
complaining. I'm not complaining for the record. I'm just like it's moving fast is what I'm saying because that just came out like a month ago or so, and like 2 months later the album's out, and I'm like, well, the pre-orders. That's what I'm getting at. Is the pre-order window is normally like a couple months. Like they really let it cook a while. But if I'm understanding this correctly, it's like quick turnaround. Like they're gonna do pre-orders for a little while and then release it right away. That's the part that's a little different. It doesn't feel like as long of a pre-order window.
Yeah, in the old days, you would get like a 2 month pre-order. I think like
Yeah.
nowadays it's like a month, or that's about it. I guess too they kind of we're not the experts. I don't know how things works in the record industry underground. In the old days, yeah, I mean you just moved a lot more material. Nowadays, they don't. So that's just across the board, not just like
Yeah, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
band it is. It's just the way it is because of digital. But yeah, I think you'll still see. The great thing is, you're going to have like great distribution. You'll have probably really good promotion and zines and all that. It's going to be badass. So I know
Yeah,
the
it's gonna be
album
fun.
rules, so.
And,
Oh,
and
next
we're
is just getting it into the right ears, my friend, and they will.
well that's the thing, right? And we're planning on some flight gigs. Once we get like a release and we can say, look, because here's the thing, and a gig like this thing going on right now, right? This is perfect topic for this thing. For my opinion, is a live show is a celebration of what you recorded. Otherwise, then what the fuck are we doing there, right? We're there to listen. Like the anticipation generally is such and so's playing. I like that album. Let's go check it out live. And if you don't have a recording, then what the fuck are we doing? Right? So the recording is the thing. The gig is just a celebration of the recording. And twofold promotion to sell more shit, right?
Yeah, it's as they say, a double-edged sword. I mean, you celebrate the recording, but for the new people, you're trying to get them to, get into your band and hopefully, purchase a recording.
Yeah. That's why you you fucking give it your all on stage, and hopefully, and also you said put it in the right ears, and this is the same fucking rant I give every time to all my friends when we're in the backyard solving the world's problems. Is like people say, hey man, I don't give a fuck what people think, I do it for myself, I don't do it for the people. Yeah, of course, or else you wouldn't be doing it, it'd be a chore, right? But I think that's a great mantra to safeguard yourself from negative opinions. It's like,
because they're gonna come at you. Oh yeah,
it's okay,
yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah,
haters gonna hate, you know what I mean? And that is what it is. But what I'm saying is, it's the same mantra works for and this is a choice of words, works against positive comments to protect yourself from positive comments. Sounds kind of weird, but you can't rely on people's positivity either, in the sense that you can't control that either. Like, I tell this story where we played a gig, and I'll just give you the summary because you know me, I talk for 7 minutes, right? But we played a show. A dude said, I really like your band because you sound like, and it was, oh, you all sound like Sleep. It was this like trippy band I was in for a minute. Oh, y'all sound like Sleep. And then we walked down like the other end of the room, and someone goes, I love you guys because you don't sound like Sleep. And we looked at each other and started laughing. It's like, how the hell can two people like you for the contrast reason?
that's
in San Antonio, we were playing next to the, what's that place next to Hogwild that's like adjacent to it, that venue. What was that place called? It's been 100 different venues.
Yeah, it was the Sanctuary. It was the Guillotine.
Guillotine. I think it was called the Guillotine when we played there. And it's way bigger than I thought. It's like a fucking bowling alley in there. It's huge. It's got a lot of sections and shit.
When it was Sanctuary, it had the back section with the big giant stage and room.
Right. That's where we were at. We were in the back with like that hall area, like behind the front bar areas. It was just, so we got off the stage. Homeboy's like, oh, y'all sound like Sleep. I love you. And someone goes, I love you guys. You don't sound like Sleep. The moral of the story is what are you going to do? Positive, negative, out of your hands, dude. Like, so then at the end of the day, you back to square one. You're doing it for yourself, I guess,
I mean,
it's just a funny scenario.
First and foremost, you should be doing it for yourself. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't totally buy when people say, oh, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. Then why are you putting stuff out if you don't care what people think or say? That's like, well, then just don't record. I mean, or just keep it to yourself. Yeah. Don't put it out.
Oh, dude, you reminded me, like, back in 2000, there was a show I was at. I was with a group of dudes that were all throwing the show, and it was a bunch of people there, and this dude was a friend of mine, one of my earliest first metal friends ever. He introduced me to some vatos from Mexico, and he's all like, hey, in Spanish, right? Hey man, these are some guys I know, they're from Mexico and this and that, they want to say what's up. So these two dudes came up to me and they're like, hey, so shaking hands or whatever. And I was like, hey man, what's going on, man? Well, you guys in a band or what? And they're like, yeah, we have a band. Cool, man. Do you have any recordings? I'd love to check it out. And they laughed at me when I said, do you have recordings? They're like, recordings? And they walked off all tough. And my friend goes, nah, man, they're underground. So I go, what does that mean? You mean they're too underground to even record? Don't come up to me and tell me you have a band then. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Shut
How am I supposed to fucking get into this if I can't hear it? Well, you got to go to the show, bro.
Yeah. I bet shows.
Yeah.
We don't play shows. I can imagine them not even doing that.
We are too cult and underground for such nonsense.
We sit here and talk about music. That's it. We're in a band. We're a band that doesn't... We're too cool to record and too cool to play live. What the fuck are you then? I don't know if they're bunking me, but I was like, whoa. Yeah, too cult to track.
No one is worthy of my music, damn it.
Yeah, right. Fuck you, posers. Recording, that's poser shit,
If only you knew how awesome this was, but you never will because you're not worthy of my trueness. Yeah. So underground means no recording. Apparently, Carrie.
I still don't understand it to this day.
I'm so fucking cult and underground. My band doesn't even exist.
I'm so darks. Yeah, too darks. Can't see
That's
me.
funny. All right,
Yeah.
let's play a jam here. See what I got
Jam it
next
up.
on the list here.
Lone Star.
Next.
Oi, oi.
We're tiny. Look at us.
That riff's sick, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. That's a stone cold, unappreciated classic. That's what Vorrock Ryan was all into. He even did a cover from the album Throne of the Has. Cool. Yeah, said it on your interview with him. I remember these things. Now, one of the best reviews I ever saw of Inquisition from I think it was Invisible Oranges. It said, Robot Frog is back with a new album.
Because of the voice?
Robot Frog. I was like, wow, that's fucked up.
I like that, man. I love that shit.
Inquisition?
I mean, yeah. I love Robot Frog voices.
Well, it's kind of this monotone, this, weirdness. I like it too. I wouldn't have played it. And I don't even care. Like, he talked about those accusations, and he said his chick fucking ex put that on the computer and called the cops on him so they would come and raid it. Who knows how true that is, but
I don't know. The less I know, the
better. Yeah.
But
you know what? I just have to sometimes separate the artist from the life. The mutant art. I can't fucking, this guy has this guy in the band who did this at one point, and I can't, I can't. Now, if it's just like god awful, like they caught him red-handed, doing something.
I mean, if it's irrefutable, right? It's like,
yeah, then I'm like, okay, I
like
can't
at this
now.
point, yeah. I'll tell you what, that's funny. You reminded me about that.
Murky accusations, and all that. Yeah. I'm not gonna deal with that. Yeah, he was never convicted, so.
It's funny. I got a 7-minute story all about it. So like there was I don't want to tell you who it is, but I'll tell you that there's a band that is very popular, and they're a grind band, not from Texas. That I'll tell you. No need to lie about it. They're not from Texas, but there's this grind band. They've been around for a long time, kind of popular, and I don't know, life, man, gave me a rare opportunity. I was offered, like, hey, drum with us on this tour, this and that, or whatever. And I was thinking about doing it. And one guy was like, yeah, but everybody else was telling me, no, stay away from this dude. He's a fucking mess. He's a piece of shit. He's hard to deal with. Just do yourself a favor. Stay far away. Jam out the music. Just don't get to know the guy. That kind of scenario, right? And I was like, really? All right. I mean, I guess, I'll take your word. I mean, if one guy's saying cool, and then that one guy who was like, yeah, you should do it, he was like, yeah, the guy's kind of a piece of shit. I was like, wow, he was just telling me it would have been, good. But here's the thing. Flash forward a few years later, and a friend of that guy, who I know, ended up shysting Noelia, like stealing from her. And it's a goddamn shame, because now fuck that band. And I have a bunch of their music on my fucking audio devices, and I'll be like, fuck yeah, this song's cool, and then I'll realize who it is. I'm like, skip.
That's the reason to dislike them. You have a damn personal reason.
Yeah, and that's a bummer, dude. Like, fucking idiots, dude. These dumbasses. Why can't they just be cool, man? And now I'm like, what a goddamn shame. Now I don't want to burn my... I'm not an idiot like that, but I'm going to uninstall all their music from my computer. You know what I mean?
This is going to happen.
It just brings up like this, like, motherfucker, and
that's your...
Nobody steals from my girl and gets away with
it.
Yeah,
that's your wife, man. Fucking stealing. Dickhead.
Dumbass. Total dumb. Over the dumbest... Noelia's like jewelry and stuff, whatever. So it's like, wow. Why? So
yeah, and it's kind of sad. Like, some people will do the dumbest shit. I was like, I read it wrong, and now I read it right. Every time it was a Dark Angel, I skip it. I was like, Dark Angel, what'd they do?
It's not like terribly bad, but it's bad enough to where it's like, already with this dude's reputation, and then something like that, I was like, nah, baby, you suck, bro.
Fucking
What are we talking
Fraser
about?
getting all racial here. I know it,
It
but you're
starts with
talking.
an
It starts with
A.
the N word. They have new. What? What are you talking about, Fraser? Get out of here. We don't need that type of stuff over here. I'm just busting your balls. Don't get mad, Fraser. Just playing.
Crocs and leather, Crocs and leather.
Crocs and leather. Who are we talking about? Well, we're talking about. See what Fraser started. I'm sorry, Fraser. The first. We got Zach's getting all Maria on us. The first two Inquisition albums are actually speed thrash metal, but actually he is right.
Yeah, like Black and Thrash.
Dagon wasn't even indicted. I think he took a plea, but yeah. Look, I hung around with that dude a couple of times, back in the Sacrifice and Nazarene Child early days. Never got any weird vibes of him like that at all. He was just a cool dude. Now I heard some other people had some bad. I won't say bad, but but whatever, but not like weird stuff. But I know some people who didn't like him, and when that came out, whoa, they were laying it on thick, to help. Well, I kind of think I know what's going on there. You don't like him personally, so now you're like, here's my chance to pile on.
Yeah, fuck that dude. Yeah, fuck that dude. That kind of scenario. It's like, whatever. I don't know. Doggone and fucked up.
Daggone and fucked.
Daggone.
Celebrate your birthday, my friend. Well, I guess it is 10:30. He's not off till Friday. I think he's working tomorrow.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I sit here and I made him like a playlist today, and by the time I was done with it, it was 8 hours. So I knew no way it wasn't gonna go that long. But we got to a little over 3 hours, and guess what band got the copyright hit? Then it's one of his favorites.
Was it Merciful Fate? Because I remember the first time he got booted, it was after playing a Merciful Fate song.
It wasn't Merciful Fate.
What
It's an
was
ear
that?
rake band. I'll give you that much.
No, man, really, dude?
Yeah.
Oh man, fucking Fido or whatever from Enslaved to whatever.
Nah, it was Terrorizer.
Really? Get the
Yeah.
fuck out! Sad.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Sad.
But I was like, hey, we got 3 hours of straight music. You can't complain. And it was all, I hope Francisco approved jams. I was trying to, go by memory. Like, okay, I know he likes this. I know he likes that. Maybe he'll enjoy this.
It's funny, man. Like I've known Fraser. I've known Francisco for a few years now.
Hey,
I
Eric.
mean, not super close, but like I knew him because of HR8, and then I eventually got to know him personally. And it was weird because I didn't know all the other stuff he had done until way later. And I was like, "You like black metal?" Come to find out, he did some fucking brutal,
Dude.
evil as fuck recordings. Like years later, I was like, "Fuck, that's crazy." I thought you were all hardcore,
Francisco has pretty good taste. Because I was sitting there listening to the playlist, I was like, man, this is a pretty badass show. Maybe I should just not let the iHUD decide work jams. And you know what I'm going to make? I'm going to make an all killer, no filler. Which that way, no intros get played or outros. This is all like fucking just good stuff.
Nambe, you should do the opposite. Just all intros.
Can you
Everybody
imagine?
sitting through.
Find everybody's heart. That would become the mega bitching hour. God damn, when you gonna play a song?
The trick is you play it at midnight, so everybody goes to bed and shit. I have a what do you call it? A playlist on my phone. I call it Nightmare, and it's like all shit like that, like droney, hear it, don't listen to it, kind of shit that just goes on. You kind of like pass. I love that shit, man. Talking about music making me feel good.
I can
Please
totally
stop.
see that. Yeah, we're talking about you like you're not even in the chat.
El manager. She
Oh,
said she'd
shit.
watch it. Yeah, because she's open-minded and cool, not like most of us fucking knuckleheads. Or...
If I don't hear a distorted guitar soon, I'm gonna fucking kick something. God damn it! I should just play like Mortis albums, like the old Dungeon synth ones.
I love Mortis, dude. The old shit, the Dungeon Sith shit. Fuck yes, dude. Let's
Dude,
go.
This is gonna
You like
probably.
that shit?
I love that shit. Stargate, all that stuff. I know it's gonna make some people mad. I even like the Industrial album. I do.
I haven't. The smell of rain or whatever.
Yes.
I couldn't do it, dude.
I know.
gotta try. I gotta go back and find out what
Parasite, God, Parasite. I was like, why do I like
Okay,
this?
you just reminded me. Never mind. Thanks for doing me the favor.
Speaking of gay, Francisco. Yeah, I was like, why did? But I ended up like, I fucking liked it, dude. Agree, no Mortis Conqueror. See, yeah. I don't think the chat would enjoy 3 hours of Mortis music. I just got them on LP. All right, let's play some jams, JD.
All right.
What's next here? What?
Love that
what do we got?
background, by the way.
Oh, the graveyard.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's the Black Metal Power Hour background. We back.
We back. You know, I like those types of
Dissonant
chordings. You know what I mean?
chording, yeah.
The backwards thing sounds extra
The
dark.
from black metal, it's perfect. The reverse power chord, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, yeah, nickname, right? Yeah. Minor
Yeah.
thirds. Yeah. You know, it's crazy.
What's up,
is,
Joker? Good to see you, Tone. Hell
hello?
yeah.
East Coast.
Hey, he's coming down for this, dude. Let me do some promoing here. Why we got?
I heard about it. I wasn't sure. Hello?
Look at this. Look at this.
There
This
it
is coming up.
$5.
This is almost a month away, isn't it?
Yeah, dude. Time's fucking flying, dude. Woo.
Better
Time is
get
flying.
practicing.
Yep. We had
So,
a practice with ETD the other day. We're gonna at least try to have one more, and we need
Not
some
that.
Isaiah jams.
Let me remove that so you can actually see it. So we got
There we
ETD,
Yay.
The Masked Man, Mordant Red and Crew.
Mm.
Always a fun live show, by the way. Hexea fucking always rules. And I saw some of the Drew's Infuriator stuff. I think on Joaba when he was interviewing him and Mordant about the show. Shit sounds good. It's gonna be a good show. $5, man.
$5. And the thing about this show is there is no, like, I mean, there's no
No
opener.
Pius Levis this time.
Yeah. Hey, on a side note, one of the guys is doing work on the electronics on the.
You don't
fucking,
want us blowing out the sound system, do you?
No, well, we're preparing for you. That's why they're getting the circuit breaker all fixed up. No joke. I'm serious. They're working on the circuit.
They're like, don't bring that band back again, goddammit. They are just too fucking heavy.
No. That's one thing they'll never complain about. They're like, wait, we need to prepare for them because they're too heavy. Yeah, that's more like what they would say. Yeah,
Okay. I like that better.
Yeah. No.
All right. Well, anyway, this is a great lineup.
Oh, I was
So-
gonna say there's no opener. You know, I mean, obviously because there's first, second, third, blah blah blah. But it's like it's a draw. You know what I mean? Like there isn't about like, oh, this band's more important than that. All the bands are fucking heavy hitters. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Or at least you know, Mordant Red and Infuriator and whatever. And everybody's
Hexea.
gonna have an hour. Whatever. And they're gonna have an hour on stage. Everybody's getting an hour, and we're gonna end it at midnight, not at 2 in the fucking morning. Because I'm done with that 2 in the morning shit, man. You know, I don't know.
I know shows at the Hop Shop sometimes can get a little late.
Dude, they go late. They start late, run late. You know what? I don't give a fuck if nobody's there, dude. Like, the show starts at this time. You go to a movie, you don't go, well, I'll just go later. Because, no, the movie starts at 7. You're going to fucking be there at 7 o'clock, you know?
Yeah.
So, it's
Well,
the
you
same
need to
thing.
So what time does this show start? 9?
9, 10, 11, 12. No, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12. I think 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. That's early for
Yeah.
the Valley.
It's early for anywhere except Japan. Dude, Japan, the shows start at 5 in the afternoon.
Yo, hey, my old ass, I'm down with that shit nowadays. Show over by midnight. I can get some Whataburger on the way home, chill out a little. I love it. I hate getting home at like fucking 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah, dude.
That's
And then
not-
you
sucks.
people who want to keep partying, you can still buy beer. It's Saturday. You have till
They
1.
can stay there till 2 o'clock and go after party wherever. Fuck that, man.
Fuck yeah, man. They can wreck into a tree on the way home. I don't give a fuck.
I'm
just
gonna need
saying-
5 naps to play at midnight. Exactly.
Yeah.
When Hod was on the road a lot, I would sneak off because all these fucking dudes were partiers and druggers and all that, and I would sneak into the van and I'd get me a 30-old nap, dude, before the show because I'm like, oh, peace and quiet now.
Yeah, dude.
Be
Hey,
nice to
dude.
recharge.
There's nothing like taking a nap where you're not supposed to. You know, at work, at school, on the floor at Walmart, you know, behind the clothes rack at JCPenney, like where you're not supposed, in the library, like where you're not supposed to sleep. It's the best sleep ever, dude. I
Yeah,
don't
for
know.
sure.
Dude, I take naps during my lunch. I take naps before the gym. Dude, I take naps. I'm an old man in the nap department. I'm napping all fucking day, dude. It's crazy.
Hey, this is coming up Friday night
Woo.
for
right.
non-cool people, including me and Jeff, that aren't going to be watching Absu.
Or me.
Dude, I try to get a bunch of people to go with me, and no one wants to fucking go. They got, oh, you motherfuckers can't take a day off. You don't got a sick day. Whatever.
Yeah. Hey,
Um,
the bills are
fruits
gonna
off
be
the
there.
fruits off the hook because he actually does have to take care of his elderly mom and all that. So I'm
Right,
not.
right.
This ain't towards fruit. Ain't really towards anyone in particular, but you
Nah,
know,
I know, but
it's
you know, we're not
like,
gonna bust
man,
everyone's balls. Yeah.
I want to drive to Houston by myself. That's fucking lame. I mean,
Yeah.
if I necessarily would had to do something like that, I'll do it. But anyway, stop making excuses. This is Friday night, 9 p.m. Central for non-Hells, Heroes, and Attendees. Me and Jeff are going to be talking about new shit that we like
Cool.
and other things. It's cool to see Jeff back. He's also going to talk about the new Imprecation album.
Of course, because that just popped up, and I saw those
Yes,
videos
sir.
of them at fucking Helios working.
That's fucking cool. I like that.
Dude, I would pay to do that. Like, fuck Disneyland. Take me to one of those places. Let me work there for fun. Like, I'll pay and fucking make some vinyls and shit. Woo!
Hey, tell Hell's Headbanger to give him a shot, and then you can go there and press your own fucking albums.
Well,
I'm sure you can work it out. What you say?
Yeah, I mean, I want to go for sure. That's one of our goals is to go to the headquarters when the album's out.
And if you haven't watched this is a fun little interview on Megan's channel, the Gemini Archive. Right there at the bottom, it's already been premiered. So Gemini Archive podcast, YouTube. To search it, we talk about a bunch of stuff. That was for, Necron from OG Man the other about 2 months ago now. Yeah,
you wouldn't know from my video.
I wasn't even in the band. Is he even in the band? Is this guy a liar? He's not in the band.
Yeah. Dude, you have 3 guys in the front of the stage, and the third guy who should be on the far side was in the middle. So Link was in the middle, and then what's his name? Kevin? I'm sorry, your bass player?
Keith
is next to him where you should be. And
yes,
then
I know.
Like, oh, the other, like...
Even when I was like, what are you doing, Mike? I'm all fucking... And Keith, why? Well, okay. Like, you see, I can't blame Keith because he is, the bass was right there and mine was right there. So Mike should have just pulled that mic that way. Yeah. Next time, just tell us, hey, I'm shooting this. Stand over here.
Oh, you saw where that thing was? It was like above the audience facing down. It was kind of hard for me to like... I set for the first band and just said, let's go with every band to see if this works. But whatever. It didn't. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's still a great video and it sounds great.
Sounds great. That's for sure.
Can't take Keith anywhere. You missed it, man. He like popped his own head with that show too with his spikes. It was a bloody mess.
Fuck yeah, it was metal as fuck.
It was. Did you hear what fucking Tim said to him when we got back to the place and his face was all like cut up? What the fuck happened to your face?
I wonder if he even noticed while it was happening. He just saw him all. Dude, he looked like he butted into a fucking cactus plant, dude. His face was
basically jacked. He did with slamming his face with spikes, dude. Fuck.
Brutus.
Fucking Tim rules. I like Tim in front of me and fucking. I was like, dude, this is fucking making me happy.
Dude, Tim like will text me or call me every once in a blue moon. I love it, dude. I'm like, oh shit, Uncle Tim, what's going on, Uncle Tim?
Francisco, when we gonna do that haunting the chapel thing with Tim? Me and Tim talked about haunting a chapel in a chat text for like an hour one day. And I guess he told Francisco, and now they want it. We're supposedly, we're supposed to do. I'm sorry, I'm reading some of these comments. This is like whatever. We're supposed to do a show about haunting a chapel. Hopefully that'll happen.
I used to want to do a podcast just dedicated to crying about Metallica, like about how they're like the biggest disappointment ever because they're one of the greatest bands ever, and they went from the top of Mount Olympus to the bottom. And I just want, but you can't even play a fucking Metallica song without getting the,
They're super harsh. Maybe the demo. Didn't Francisco get away with playing the demo?
Oh, man, I think so. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I scored Kill 'Em All at Walmart for $5. Oh,
The CD or vinyl?
yeah, brand new. Yeah, CD. Oh, imagine a vinyl for $5. Jeez.
Yeah, I'd buy it too for $5. Can't go
Yeah, me
wrong.
too.
Still, a
It's weird.
CD for $5 is cool.
Yeah, it's good. And it's funny because I grew up with it and I never owned it.
Oh, okay. Whoa, I
Oh,
know. Congrats, Tim.
congratulations. Yeah.
Good for Tim.
Someone else's birthday. A baby's birthday.
Fucking Tim. All right, we gotta get this wrapped up soon. A couple more songs
Power
here.
hour and a half.
Oh, it'll be the 2-hour power hour by the time we're done. Let's see here. Let's get these jams rolling. There you go. Yeah, that's Atum. I think they were from Pennsylvania or something. Yep, guitarist was one of the last guitarists in Necrophagia.
Mm.
And yeah, when we flew out to Chicago and played a karaoke bar fest, it was awesome from Boris, Crazy
Yeah.
Boris from Chicago. They were on the bill, and that's how I first heard them. And they had this female singer, this little blonde, fucking had attitude, man. It was great for black metal. Like why are you pussies in the back? Come in front. I think she might have been foreign. I don't know. Sounded like it. She's calling everybody pussies for not jamming out. It's like, all right, yeah.
Yeah. I could rant on that, but whatever. You had to be there. I'm sure it was a fun moment to see.
Oh, I always laugh when that happens because it's not going to change the fact, but it's funny that they at least try to do it. It's
Yeah.
like, but the band itself was like really good, fucking good band. But they're gone apparently. I don't think they're around anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right,
That's how
we're
it
gonna wrap
happens.
this up soon, man.
Good,
So
good. I've had a long day, and I'm sure this was a great way to cap it. A lot of work, a lot of suffering at the gym, and then right now, kickback jams. Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks for fucking inviting me, man. This is fun.
yeah, it's
Good
been
way
a
to
while
cap it.
since we got to hang out and listen to some jams and talk. So thanks for coming on, dude.
Thank you.
Oh, look at this. Later posers. The
Cool,
king. The
King.
disrespectful king. Later king. King Dingaling. All right. I don't know why I started calling him that. Just King Dingaling. Tiger Tales. All right. Yeah, dude. Just keep on listening. Send me like about $50. I'll play some Tiger Tales for you. Yeah. All right. I'm going to play some jams. We'll just play these jams on the way out. And see y'all Friday night if you're here. All right. Thanks, JD.
See y'all in hell.
I fallen on God's child.